Join us every Wednesday at 7 a.m. for the Radiant Mind Meditation with Dr. John Gray, the #1 trusted relationship expert, the author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. What many people don't know is that John Gray spent 9 years as a celibate monk and the personal assistant to the founder of Transcendental Meditation. During this time, he learned powerful meditation practices and techniques, which he has developed and refined for the last 50 years. He now brings us his resonance, wisdom, and energy every week on Wednesdays at 7 a.m. on the Soul Search Instagram Live, Facebook Live, and YouTube. Join us every Wednesday. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, and happy holidays. We are delighted that all of you could join us for this Wednesday's meditation with Dr. John Gray. As all of you know, Dr. John Gray is the famous and most trusted relationship expert in the world, but he is also a meditation master. So we're blessed that he can join us here on Wednesdays to lead us in a group meditation where we could all uplift one another and uplift humanity together. Welcome, John. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you, Tangela, and thank you, everybody, for joining us today. As the winter creeps into us, a darkness descends, and often on a very practical level, our vitamin D levels are low. We get vitamin D from the sunshine, and vitamin D is really important for a positive mood. So when it's natural for us to be going out and having joy, and then it's time to settle in and reflect on whatever is lurking beneath the surface. So that would be the stuff inside of us, things that we have stuffed throughout the year or throughout our lives. This is a time that brings up lots of feelings that have been suppressed. And we can look at, my life, I'm reacting, as opposed to things upset us, things trigger us, things bother us. Or we can look at it in terms of we interpret reality around us and we attract situations around us in order to get us in touch with our deep subconscious reactions that haven't been processed. And today we're going to do a theme of processing our parents. Now you can allow whatever comes up in this process as we meditate. The journey that I've been on one, and I share that with others. It's not your typical meditation journey, I suppose, in that after I sort of went very, very high after 9 years of celibacy and long meditations of mantra meditation, Kundalini activation, where my body would just flow with energy for hours and hours and hours, allowed me to anchor myself in various levels of enlightenment. And, we have so many descriptions of enlightenment. In one sense, one of our meditations where we go through, I think it's the higher consciousness meditation, maybe number 9, not sure. I take you just through the basic levels. For me, you can look at it in terms of 42 levels. You can look at it in 32 levels. You can look at it as 3 levels, 4 levels. It's all so abstract, different ways of looking at things. When I'm having a cup of coffee, so many different ways to sweeten your coffee, or no sweet at all. Or you look at the coffee mug and you look at it from this point of view, it looks one way. Look at it this way, I see the TV behind it. Life has so many perspectives, and meditation is just a way to go inside and various ways. There's various teachings. And what's come up for me during this holiday is a process one day when I was processing feelings that were coming up when I was a young child. And I had my dad, who had 7 children, we're all there. I'm number 5, and this is big box under the Christmas tree, just in like a huge box. Well, what was in that box was a toy Ferrari that you could actually sit in and pedal. And everybody was like, "What present did Johnny get? What present?" Everybody was like excited about. I was really excited about it. This big box, bigger than me, and when we opened the box with huge excitement, uh, I saw the Ferrari. It was red. It was beautiful, and I got in it thinking it was going to drive, and it was pedals, and it wasn't real. I wanted real, and I was so disappointed that it wasn't real. And I cried and cried and cried, and that's me having my reaction to life. I didn't like it. I didn't want to go in it. I hated it. It was fake. It wasn't real, and I cried, and all these childlike emotions came out of me. And then later on, I come back in my own life. I have my own children. I have life. I know my own challenges as an adult and a parent and a father and a person trying to provide for my family, making all the mistakes I've made. And I can now look at it from the point of view of my father, who had many mishaps in his life. And here was, probably one of his greatest joys was making his children happy. And our joys of childhood, or a present could make us so happy, or somebody got a better present and somebody got more, somebody got less. To various degrees, we all, our unhappiness that we experience in life is the result of this tendency of the brain to compare all the time. And one of my favorite phrases is, comparison is the thief of our happiness. What did you get? What are you getting? I remember it was a big turning point for me in my life, where I played a game. A friend who plays games with people in college, get them all to connect through playing games and non-judgmental. And it was it was the game of fist, paper, and scissors. And you would play that game, and if you won, now you would go on, and the person who lost would be on your team. And I lost right away, and then my guy was the team, and then you're now supporting the person who beat you, and then the next person, whoever wins, that's for me, and you're on the winning team, and you keep being on the winning team by supporting and supporting. It was a very powerful experience for me, even though at the very end half the group, my team, lost, but I could go, and that's for me. We all became one team. That was a beautiful experience for me. With all the games that I ever played, probably the most transformational, because that's for me. It was not thinking about, gee, I don't have that, but I was happy for other people. I guess it was the perfect timing for me. But it's a level of maturity, which is other people's happiness becomes your happiness. You wish the best for them instead of being jealous and petty and critical, which we have to various degrees. We all have our lower self, and our job here is to be aware of the lower self, so that the light of the higher self can come in. Put on a little light there. The light of the higher self can come into the darkness, and all it is to a certain extent is bringing the light into the darkness, and it dispels. Now, just feeling negativity inside from your higher self doesn't necessarily dispel it, because sometimes what our negativity is a cover up. Like many times when we're angry, it's really, the truth is that underneath that anger is we're afraid. And sometimes we're feeling sad, but really underneath the sadness, which is not having what you want, it's feeling guilty that I didn't create the result that I wish I could have created. Something, and I talk about in my book, How to Get What You Want What You Have, the 12 most healing emotions in my experience of working with people, which are not feeling thoughts, but feeling emotions. I feel you don't love me is a feeling thought. I feel I can't do something is a feeling thought. I feel I'm not good enough is a feeling thought, or feeling belief. And when you feel those beliefs over and over, you affirm that they're true. You can't ever debate whether somebody's right or wrong. No, it's what I feel. So there's confusion in our world between facts and feelings. feelings are transitory. And when a feeling produces pain, then the belief that you're feeling is an inaccurate belief. Something's wrong with it. It's taking you in the wrong direction. I feel I'm not loved. I feel I won't succeed. I feel I'm not good enough. I feel life is terrible. Those are beliefs that are wrong. So when you feel those things, uh, your soul will give you pain. When you're aligned with your soul's truth, you have joy and happiness and peace and motivation and calm and being at ease. But we can't expect that all of our beliefs are going to be always aligned with the divine, with what is true. All we can know is that we're wandering through our lives, and when things are painful, we have to look into, okay, what's making me feel pain? And then when you feel the belief, instead of staying stuck in just what you're believing, the limited belief, what you do is you look at what emotion does that cause. Now, emotions are facts. When you have an emotion, if you're sad, it's a fact that you're sad. And what happens is it's a fact. See, there's no content with emotion. It's just sad, it's afraid. Well, I'm feeling afraid. And then you ask yourself, what thought am I having? What belief am I feeling or experiencing, whatever it might be, to produce this emotion? And now your brain can go, oh, I'm thinking this, it's causing this emotion, or I'm believing this and I'm causing this emotion. The brain goes, well, uh, change the belief, and then your emotion, your painful emotion goes away. So emotions are the uh, messengers from the soul that something is amiss. And they also just simply, so also when I process emotions at the end, I always kind of ask myself, what am I learning from this? What's the gift from this? What am I needing to look at differently? That's one aspect of it. But another aspect of it, very simply, is when you feel your emotions, you're connecting back to your soul. Your soul, when you return to your soul and you're having a belief, your soul's giving you that experience. It guides you on the way. You know, joy, you're motivated this way. Sadness, procrastination, you're believing a lie in there. So what is the lie? Let's look at it. Today we're going to look at the lie of just, sometimes a lie is just not knowing something. Is we have life experience. Now I'm able to go back to that experience when I was a child. Think about it from the point of view of my father, because I am a father. I have all these challenges that I've had in my life, and feel compassion. So this is a lot of the Buddhist meditations are always on kindness and compassion, uh, loving kindness. And another aspect of compassion is feeling the pain of somebody, and feeling their pain. And through connecting with them, that part of you, which is your parent, is healed. And of course, when you think about the pain of the world, the part of you is connected to the whole world, is that part of you gets a chance to be healed, and a part of the world gets to be healed. But, you know, it's pretty easy to do that, and you can do that, but it's actually more powerful to bring it right back into the experiences of your parents. This is your source. What were the challenges they went through? So I'm going to be guiding you through that as we do our meditation. But as I mentioned, my journey was going to higher levels. And then in the experience of higher levels, you experience a unity consciousness, which is I am that, and that is me, and I am that I am. That was the experience of, in the past, one of the holy people who experienced the burning bush. Who are you? I am that I am. I am that I am. This is I am that I am is the higher state of one of the higher levels of consciousness, but it's a oneness. And then in finding that which is out there within yourself, relating to others. And as you relate to others, then you realize that you're an embodiment of all it is, and hopefully of the good. And when you think about your parents, you can think about how they affected you. Now you can think about how you affected them, or just how their life was. The doorway for me was to realize how I affected my dad that day. It just must have been so hard for him. And then I was able to click into, oh, the frustration he must have had, wanting to make his children happy. He went to a lot of effort to do that, and just he wasn't successful. And he must have been so sad. It must have been so hard. I think as a parent, the hardest thing for me in my life was a time when one of my children was really, really uh, rejecting of me and hurt by me, and I didn't feel like I did anything, but they certainly were led to believe that, and I just felt so bad. And part of it is that that's a part of me suffering, and that's the beginnings of unity consciousness. Is one of these higher levels of consciousness is just becoming a parent and caring about your children. Is a hopefully you have enough development so you can do that without getting sunk in it or without having to deny it. So many parents will leave their children behind. They just can't deal with the pain of, I can't make them happy. And parents go through that. And we all go through that as children. And this is where, as we do our inner work, we realize that so much of our own pain is our inability to make our parents happy, but to realize that our parents' pain is their inability to provide for their children what they wish they could provide for their children. So this is an awareness of compassion exercise. So enough talk, but I talk a little bit while people are coming in, and always these are good insights to have greater self-reflection in our journey in this world. And I guess what I was mentioning is that for me, it was rising above to the highest part of the self, to the light, which then could shine into the darkness. And for many of us, it just happened suddenly. The shift on the planet is so sudden that we went to a higher state of consciousness, not even knowing that it's a higher state of consciousness. It's just a greater awareness, an awakening of the suffering inside of you, or it's the awakening of the suffering that's been on this planet always. So many people are complaining about how terrible the world is. They have no idea how bad the world used to be. I mean, think of all the slavery and the lack of plumbing. I think last time I was talking about just that we have plumbing because I'd taken a nice hot shower in the winter. It was so good. This kings and queens did not have plumbing, and exotic foods that we can have. Go to the grocery store, you get food from around the world, and not that that's necessarily good for you, but it's very exotic and instant delivery of what you want. It's a world of much higher consciousness now, but the higher consciousness doesn't always seem so high because suddenly we're aware of the darkness that has always existed, but now it's coming to light. And as it comes to light, if we can find the truth, uh, where the darkness really is and identify it, the light will dispel it. So let's work on ourselves now. Let's go into our meditation, which is, again, not always just going to higher levels of feeling peace and love and bliss. We can end with that, but we want to go up, and then we want to let that awareness come down into, for a while, just to become aware of the darkness inside of us, to offer it up to God, to just, here, take it away. And what we do is we actually feel the energy flowing out of our body as a concrete aspect of life force. When we connect with the source of life, we can feel the energy and we can call it into our body. It's already here. It's always here. As I'm talking, it's coming through, and you're listening, it's coming through. But to consciously be aware of the energy that flows into our body, then we can ask it to increase. We can ask it to take away, to go out, to give to others. And that's just a simple thing, is to become aware of the darkness, is to be aware of where the energy has stopped flowing. And that will always be some tension or pain or disappointment or sadness. Some negative emotion is associated with the blocked flow of life force energy. And then we just become aware of that block and say, okay, now send that blocked energy out of the body. Let it be released. Take away the darkness. And as you let it go away, now you have space to pull in more. Okay, so that's sort of the basics of it, which is we then pull in light by becoming aware of the darkness, emptying out and drawing in more. It's kind of a foundation. Take it in, send it out. As you send it out, bring it back in. As you bring it back in, send it back out, channeling the energy, and then circling the energy. We circle around the body. We do several circles, one circle backwards, and we circle around the crown chakra. So we'll go on that little journey now and join with me. And if you don't always get the ideas, I'm talking while throughout this meditation just keeps you wakeful as we soak into these positive vibrations, frequencies. as I'm articulating whatever I'm experiencing in it and guiding us through that. It's a simple process, like watching TV, uh, but with pure, resonant, positive energy of someone in meditation guiding us. So we'll begin now with hands up in the air, dear God, as we raise our hands into the air. Yeah. Just think of the highest of the high for you. I use the word God. I love the word God. It's incomprehensible beyond our comprehension, but that which is greater than the great. And just now, as you're tuning into me, start feeling the tingling in your hands as we call upon, dear God. We open our hearts open to you, but just reaching our arms out. Our hearts are open to you, dear God. Our hearts are open to you. And then bring the hands uh, uh, to shoulder level. Dear God, our hearts are open to you. Come. Dear God, our hearts are open to you. Come. Dear God, our hearts are open to you. Come. Dear God, our hearts are open to you. Come. Dear God, our hearts are open to you. Come. So that's the intention. It's his intentional meditation. Dear God, our hearts are open to you. Please come. And now just mentally repeating that. Dear God, our hearts are open to you. Come. God, our hearts are open to you. Come. For some that are turned off by the word God, that happens when so many people interpret it in different ways, and you don't want to be in that group. So another one is Great Spirit, the King of the universe, divine energy, oh great mother, whatever. Find your place and just reopen our hearts to you. Come. My heart is open to you. Come. Our heart is open to you. Come. There's a frequency from an ancient language of come, and that is avaham, avaham, avaham. So you could, if you want, you can just mentally repeat the phrase avaham, avaham. And it's just simply come. And as you call on this divine spirit, the God energy, come, you feel the tingling in your fingertips. That's the turning on of the energy. So you just repeat it until you feel that tingling in the energy. And occasionally somebody doesn't feel the energy. That's okay. When I do energy healing on them, even then I can feel the energy going into them. But most of us today are not just lodged in the brain. When you can't feel the energy, it doesn't mean you're less of a person. It means that you're disconnected from your emotions. You're disconnected from your ability to feel your emotions because uh, it's too painful when you were a child to feel your emotions. It was just, you just had to go numb. So there's a numbness, and it creates a barren landscape in your life as opposed to fruitfulness, a fullness, a color, full spectrum color, a whole range of emotion and feeling and drama and excitement and motivation. You know, this is, you know, when you're in heaven, it's all just all good. After a while, when everything's all good, just take it for granted. Our soul comes here to go through these dramas and learn lessons from it and so forth. We're a soul always growing, collecting experience, various experiences. So again, Avaham, dear God, our hearts are open to you. Come, dear God, our hearts are open to you. Come. Feel the tingling in your fingertips and your palms. And as you feel that, you're tuning into the life force energy. Now, slowly bring your hands together into what was often called a prayer position, but in the beginning, don't need to touch. Just let them come close and feel the space between your fingertips and your palms. And then slowly pull away. It's a little bit like taffy. If you're just sort of pulling away, and then as you're pulling away, you palpate. It's like you can actually feel a field of energy between your hands. It's great, increasing our awareness. It's all about waking up to another part of our being as you palpate, just to feel that energy. As I'm doing it, you do it. We all resonate together. Avaham, and then awakening. Come. So it's like electricity in the beginning for some. There's kind of a numbness feeling. Just feel the numbness. Be aware of the numbness. Be aware of the fingertips. With your mind, feel your fingertips. Feel your fingers. Feel the palm of your hands. Experience the sensation. And gently moving the hand back and forth, or pulling away and then coming back closer. Oh, we're just going into subtle awareness, more subtle. It's like you could put your attention on your feet. It's just being aware of a different part of your body. Well, right now we're just becoming aware of our subtle body. And as we get to our emotions, we'll be aware of our subtle emotional body. Now, when you look at various people have these experiences, either good for bad, whatever, but it's just the truth of we have this energy field around us, which is the etheric body. And that's where health comes from. It's the DNA, the perfect DNA of you is always there. And healing is being able to connect to that so that the body can renew and recharge the DNA. This is why I recommend my Elemental Oritates product that's at my website, because it's that product that's now known to help correct the DNA. I think it works a lot better though if you're also meditating. So, that self-correction of the DNA in the body is by connecting to the etheric field. And the more awareness we have of this etheric field, the more we can reset the biological RNA, DNA. And then there's what's called astral body, and that's when we get to that, is our emotional body. So the emotional healing. And then there's the mind body, which is where we have realizations and we change our negative beliefs and so forth. Some people, their journey is to spend time in one body more than the other. And then there's the higher bodies. And we do those all in the meditation as much as we can. So you're feeling that energy. So it's, dear God, our hearts are open to you, come. And as you bring the hands together, that's where you set your intention of this meditation. Heal our hearts, fill us with love and light. Heal our hearts, heal our hearts. Fill us with your love, fill us with light, fill us with joy. Bless us in this holiday season and bless our parents. Bless their souls, whether they're here in this world or they passed on. They always live inside of us. So much of who we are was formed by them in our childhood, whether we're aware of it or not. And most are not aware of it. We're just children copying our parents, absorbing them. It was so cute the other day with my 2-year-old granddaughter. I just did, I had a little cough, and I coughed into my elbow, like this, coughing over there, and then she just copied that. She just pretended to cough, puts her head over there. It's the cutest thing. But when children are not interrupted by us trying to demand their attention, demand reactions from them, but they have their space just to absorb and absorb and absorb. They just want to be like us. They just want to make us happy. And they want to just absorb us, whether they're aware of it or not. That's what they're doing. That's how their whole brain develops. And we unconsciously take on all of their sorrow and all of their pain and all of their feelings of inadequacy. It just gets absorbed. Now we know scientifically that's what happens. As children, we're in a theta state. Theta is dream state. We're in a dream for the first 7 years to a great extent. Just as another same thing in theta is hypnosis. We're in the state of suggestion. We just believe whatever comes in, we're copying it. The brain is forming itself. So now we're just feeling that energy field between our palms and our fingertips. And now what we're going to do is we're going to set a frequency. Now, put your hands forward, and using this this frequency, that using this energy that we're just feeling, resonate with the frequency. Now, behind me, I have a statue of Jesus's mother, or I pretend that that's what it is, and it's a statue of divine mother, divine feminine. So I could say, using the divine feminine, fill me with your love and light. That's when people have statues. Now, many religions don't use statues. They just want to go with just uh, beauty of nature, and have the frequencies. They light a candle. They bathe in water, and when I was in Egypt learning Islam, every day, 5 times a day, you do your prayers and put water on you, washing your body, using this water, bless me. Catholic Church have incense, and have singing, using this music, fill us with your love and light. Many times I'll just put music on in the background and using the beautiful harmonic frequencies, fill us with love and light. Fill us with your love. So using some frequency. In our meditation, generally, we just use our imagination, using the ocean, fill us with your love and light. Think of the ocean. Using the earth. If you see behind me, there's a big crystal ball. Beautiful. There it is. There's a crystal, big, huge crystal. So using this crystal, and you can use your imagination. It's just more real when you actually have a crystal and you're close to it. Or using the crystals in the earth. The earth is filled with crystals right below your feet. Crystal frequencies, pure natural frequencies, the earth, water. And think of the warmth, keeps your body warm, the sun, the heat, fire. Using the fire, heal our hearts. Bless us today, using the fire frequency. Some people use jewelry. This is the essence of what jewelry was all about, which was the frequencies of gold, pure frequency, silver, pure frequencies. Certain elements, you just resonate with those elements. You can do this with your vitamins. You can be using these frequencies, these healing frequencies of these vitamins. Fill us with your love and light. I could have a sip of my coffee and using this coffee. I use decaf, but activate healing energy in my body, bless my body, heal my body. So as we're doing this, using these frequencies, our fingers, we always be aware we're using the fingertips, the palms to receive the energy. That's sort of the turn on switch. And then hands are out. You can use the space, think of a beautiful view, or look at the relationship of your body and space, because now we know with quantum physics that our body is basically mostly space. From another point of view, our body is mostly water. And take a deep breath. We'll do 3 breaths using the air to bless us, to fill us with life force. Use anything which is natural and harmonious. So using this is like a trinity of the divine. There's we drawing the energy to us, and then using a frequency, setting up these 3 things. And then right now, and this is where you put your hands. It's a nice movement. You can't really see me doing it, but I'm going like this. And it's right now. And you're sitting, your spine up, your chin up. And the hands come down, palms down, from the sense of now, right now, by your healing angels, the forces of nature, at this frequency, heal us, bless us. It's like it's being done for you, because it's always being done for you. We're just guiding and directing it to go a little bit more for us, being conscious of the process. So right now, using these frequencies, these natural frequencies. Fill us with your love and light by your healing angels, angels of water, fire, air, frequency, the natural forces of the universe. Or if you believe in angels as beings, these angelic beings, guardian angels blessing us, come now. Let us feel your presence surrounding us. Oh, healing angels, bless us today to heal our hearts and to heal the parent inside of us, which is our theme today. To bless them as we heal that part of us, which is them. Guide us in the right feelings to heal, to bless. And so we've sort of set that intention. Now, right now, it's happening. We put our hands open. You can bring your hands back up and around. It's just slow movement, just symbolizing palms open. Thank you, feeling gratitude. God has responded to our request of Aham to come, always to come, to bless us, to bless others, to come into this world. It's an amazing time, such an awakening where people are aware that evil exists. They may not fully understand what that evil is. Seems like both sides think the other side is evil. But it's coming to a reckoning. Things are waking up now as to what is really starting to see what's really been going on all along on this planet. So just feel the energy in the palms and the fingertips. And again, as children, we're completely oblivious of what goes on inside of parents. We have no idea what it's like to be a parent, to be responsible for children, to have all the slings and arrows of pain and suffering that people go through. So today we ask the Spirit guide us to focus on who needs to be healed inside of us, which parent. And typically, if you don't have a clear sense of where your suffering and pain is the duplication of one of your parents hidden inside of them. For men, go to your father. For women, go to your mother. And right now, dear God, blessing everyone today with the hands out, palms open. Imagine those elements in front of you and let the energy, all the ancient stuck energy, blocked energy, any suffering, any pain, that it's within you, let it flow out through your fingertips and feel the energy flowing out. This is where if you have incense burning or you have a candle burning, the fire, you could do with your breath. For me, I don't do a lot of breath work because I go into a state of no breath, but that's a more advanced stage. But you can, even right now, we can breathe together, breathing in light and love and sending out darkness through our fingertips, blocked energy, stale energy, stuck energy. Breathe in and breathe out. And as you have a sense of breathing in through your nose, also imagine energy flowing into your fingertips, like you would breathe in through your nose, breathe into your fingertips, then exhale through your fingertips. And breathe in through your fingertips and exhale through your fingertips. Now, I remember the years of learning this. I'd go for walks and I would just with every breath breathe in energy from the earth, exhale energy through my fingertips with the exhale, any blocked, stale energy. And you can get a sense of the flow in and the flow out. Flow in and flow out. And now as the energy is just flowing out, let it just be sustained in its flowing out. And take a little journey into your past and recall a time when you were growing up, a time of the holidays. Recall a present that you received. Recall a time when you got something that you really wanted. Recall a time when you really wanted something and you didn't get it. Anything, something you wanted and you didn't get it, and you were disappointed. How you were sad. And as I ask these questions, then maybe I say, recall a time when you felt loved. Maybe you remember a time when you didn't feel loved. That's okay. Just see what comes up as we explore your childhood. Who fed you when you were growing up? What was your favorite breakfast? Where did you sleep in the house? Do you recall ever sleeping with your parents? Maybe you were scared and you got in bed with them. Recall a time when you were competing in some way and you won and you were so excited. Or a time when you were really good at something. And maybe what comes up is a time where you disappointed your parents and you weren't really good in their eyes. So let yourself go back in time. Just recall a time when you were happy. My dog is barking to get in my room, so continue in the meditation. A lot of what happens in childhood is that we're in a very happy state and then we feel suffering and pain. So for a lot of us, the pain that we felt as children that maybe we've forgotten is how we felt when our parents were not happy with each other, when they would argue. Call a time when your parents were arguing. Reflect on a word you might have heard. Recall a time when your parents were really proud of you and you got a prize, or they rewarded you, or they were happy with you. You did something, you said something. And as I ask these questions, maybe you don't remember anything. That's okay. Just see what comes up, just putting our attention. It's who we are. We carry our past with us, in terms of the timeless state, the quantum state. It's all happening again right now. It's always happening inside of us. And the amazing thing is by putting our attention on it, we can look at it from another point of view. And then it changes its effect on us. When our parents were not happy with us, we now can realize that, well, they were just not happy with themselves at that time. I remember one of my son-in-laws just talking about his young child. He had infinite patience, so much love for this child. Sometimes our parents are not in touch with that part of them, which is a non-judgmental, infinite patience. So recall a time when you were disappointed or sad or not getting what you wanted or needing more. And imagine what your parents were going through. Just as we as children want to make our parents happy, how in your life today you like to make people happy. You feel joyful when people are happy. Give yourself time now to reflect on your parents and their pain. Which parent are we focusing on? Just let yourself go into that parent as the energy flows out through your fingertips. Imagine you're just going out to become one with that parent. What was their disappointment in life? What was their pain? Maybe you didn't know. Maybe sometimes your parents left. Well, you know what it's like at times when you've left Why do we leave? Because we're in pain. Why do we pull away? Because we're in pain. Why do we feel bad? Because we're in pain. Why do we feel angry? So take a little bit of time to just feel your parents' pain, wishing that they could be happier, wishing that they felt joy in their lives. What was their pain? What was their disappointment? And sometimes people don't know. And the easy way to know is now as adults to recognize, what is the pain you feel in your life? What is your feelings of hurt or failure or rejection, of being judged or judging yourself? What are the ways you're hard on yourself? Right now, take the leap and imagine that's what your parents were feeling. Feeling inadequate, feeling hopeless at times, feeling like a failure at times, feeling uncertain, afraid, feeling bad. Go deep into their feelings and let your awareness, which is the light, go in to help heal them. And that light is intelligent, it's healing, it's compassion. And in your heart, talk to that parent. I understand you're afraid. I understand you feel bad. I understand you're not always happy with yourself. I understand that you feel afraid to assert yourself. Or you feel bad, unloved. I understand you feel like a failure at times. I understand you're overwhelmed. I wish I could make you happy. I want you to be happy. I want you to feel loved. I want you to have joy in your life. I want you to be proud of me. I want you to feel grateful for the blessings in life. I want you to know the truth that you are loved, that you deserve love just the way you are, and that I forgive you, and that you can forgive yourself. Just let yourself feel all those positive feelings towards that parent, that things, just like you'd want someone to say those things to you. And feel the compassion, feel the kindness in your heart for them, feel forgiveness for them. And imagine them now talking to you as a child, even though this wouldn't really be more of a conversation, but in the soul level, imagine them saying, I understand that you feel bad. I understand that you feel responsible for my happiness and my pain. It's not your fault. I know you sometimes make me happy, and you probably wonder why I'm not always happy. It's not your fault. At times you feel rejected by me or criticized or not loved. That's not your fault. You are loved just the way you are. You're lovable just the way you are. And I'm sorry I couldn't always give you. Feel that parent's regret, feel their guilt, feel them apologizing to you. I'm sorry I couldn't provide the best life for you. I'm sorry I wasn't always there for you. I'm sorry I was distracted in my life. I'm sorry I couldn't handle everything. I'm so sorry I wasn't the best I could be. I wish I could have been a better parent. It's not your fault. You were innocent and you were loved. And you deserve my love. You're smart. You're beautiful. You're wonderful. Imagine that parent giving you the love that you deserve and you need it and you need. And as we're doing that, we're just saying these beautiful words and letting it all sink into our heart as we use our imagination. And our imagination is where the healing can happen. Imagine a parent being able to say those things to you, promising, I promise I will give you what you deserve. I promise I will be kinder to you. I promise I will come home to you. I promise I love you. I will take care of you. I'll do my best. I hope you can love me, accept me. I love you. Imagine a parent saying some of these things saying to you. How would it make you feel? How would it have made you feel? Because what you would have felt is the truth of who you are. You would have felt, love makes me feel heard. Your love makes me feel seen. Your love makes me feel accepted. Your love makes me feel I love you. Your love makes me feel I can love you. I need you. I am worthy. I deserve your love. I can have love. I'm strong. I'm not bad. I'm innocent. And I'm grateful. And now we bring our awareness back in the present time, connecting with that childlike part of us with gratitude, and feel grateful for what you have in your life right now. I'm grateful for hot water. I'm grateful for these meditations. I'm grateful for the awakening that's happening in this world, to be a part of the world at this amazing time. I'm so grateful to have my job, to have the people to support me. Reflect on the people that do support you. Reflect on the possibilities that exist for you. Give gratitude to your parents for whatever they could provide, for bringing you into this world, for the efforts they put themselves through to make their lives better, making their lives better for you, wishing they could, even when they fail, forgive them. Because if we cannot forgive them, we cannot forgive ourselves. That's a good thought. I forgive myself. I love myself just the way I am. And create an affirmation for yourself. I'm strong. I'm loving. I deserve to be loved just the way I am. I'm strong. I am loving. I deserve to be loved just the way I am. I am strong. I am loving. I deserve to be loved just the way I am. I'm at ease and comfortable in all situations throughout the day and throughout the night. I'm at ease in all situations throughout the day and throughout the night. I am strong and loving and deserve to be loved just the way I am. I'm strong and loving. I deserve to be loved just who I am. Feel the peace that brings you. Feel the part of you that knows that to be true. And that's just sending all that old energy in, pulling in the positive energy through your fingertips. Draw the energy in. We'll do a quick scan of the body, all that positive energy as we let go of the negative energy. We let in the joy, the happiness, the gratitude, the confidence, the strength, the sincerity, the compassion, all the virtues of our soul. We draw in that energy, pulling the energy in, pulling in the energy, filling in the emptiness, filling it with love and light. Let the energy flow to our fingertips, to our palms, to our elbows, to our shoulders, the shoulders to our chest, to our heart, going down the body to the belly, to the organs, the lungs, the heart, the liver, the kidneys, the stomach, microbiome, the whole pelvis area, all the way down to your knees, to your ankles, to your toes, to the bottom of your feet, and then your toes, and then back up to your knees, to your thighs, top of your legs, to the hips, to the base of the spine, and now let it go up the spine, 2 inches, 4 inches, 8 inches, all the way to the center of the chest, from there to the throat, toward the throat. The spine connects with the skull. The connecting of the lower self to the higher self, to the back of the brain, filling you with light, to the forehead, filling you with light, from the right ear to the left ear, filling the brain with light, from the throat all the way to the top of the head, filling your brain with light. And as the energy goes to the top of the head, let it come back down to the forehead, to the throat, to the heart, to the solar plexus, to the belly, to the base of the spine. We've made a loop from the base of the spine back up to the top of the head and back down to the base of the spine. So in a sense, you're sending energy up and down at the same time in a loop. And that's the flow. That's the flow state, circulating the energy throughout your body. Up and then back down, up and then back down. And now circulate the energy from the bottom of the spine to the heels of your feet and back up the front of your legs. So that creates another circle. So it's flowing down and back up. Then let it go up the spine to the top of the head and down. So it's kind of like a figure 8. It's all in your imagination, just feeling the energy flow. As it goes up and then down, imagine it becoming brighter and brighter. Circulating in like a figure 8. And now imagine the energy going above your head and circulating around and around and around. One direction and then the other direction simultaneously. So it becomes like a halo above your head. And as that halo spins around the head, imagine it drawing in more energy down your body, pulling in more energy, increasing the energy in your body. And as it flows down, you accumulate that energy and it flows back up, down and up simultaneously. And imagine a cocoon of light spinning around your body, on top of your head, 2 feet above you, all the way down around your shoulders, to your hips, to your feet, below your feet. A cocoon of light spinning, golden white light, filling up with love, filling up with positive energy. Your whole energy field feeling light, peaceful, forgiveness, happiness, compassion. Feeling at ease, letting that energy flow all the way down, and then it accumulates, flowing up, gathering in more and more and more. So it's like submerging in that ball of light. As it fills up, it expands out further and further. It expands to fill your whole room with light. And it expands out to fill the whole house with light, apartment. It expands out, fill the whole town. And so we can do this together. Just come join me in California as we're talking here. Imagine being with me here in my office. Together, our cocoon of light is expanding out to all of California, down to LA, from San Francisco, up the Oregon coast, up to Alaska, all of Canada, New York, coming back down, Florida, coming to the center of the country, down south to Texas. Imagining you're containing that light, that bubble expanding out, which contains all the United States, all of Central America, all of Mexico, all of Canada, North Pole, all the way South America, all the way to Antarctica, all within your awareness, filled with light, just becoming one with the light that always already is permeating everywhere. And we're just joining with that in our awareness, crossing the Atlantic Ocean over to Africa, over to Europe, to England, Great Britain, Ireland, Germany, France, Spain, all the countries there, Russia, all the way expanding around to China, Malaysia, down to Australia, all the whole planet. As our cocoon of light expands to conclude the whole planet, as we merge and become one with that light. It's always already there. We're there with it. Let that cocoon of light expand beyond the earth to the planets of the solar system. We know the sun, moon and the sun, Mars and Venus, Mercury, Saturn, Neptune, Jupiter, all the planets, Pluto, expanding out to the whole solar system, being one with that light that permeates everything, that always already is there, expanding into the space between other solar systems, to the galaxy, to the space between galaxies, infinite space, more galaxies, expanding out, more galaxies. You'll get clusters of galaxies with infinite space between them, and going into that space, more galaxies to infinity, beyond our comprehension. All we can do is merge into it. Experience the part of us that's one with it. As we merge, we absorb it into us, infusing it in. As we infuse, at the same time we merge, we permeate. As we permeate, we integrate. It all becomes more and more in our conscious awareness that what is outside is also inside. We are a mirror reflection, radiating out, becoming aware of I am that, feel the oneness that I am, as we feel our connection to our parents, to the world, parts of us that resonate with others, to feel the great awareness of I am that I am. This is the embodiment. You are an embodiment of the divine. The cells of your body, the space inside of you is one with the space outside of you. And with that sense of expansiveness, of a sense of our little ego, a sense of self dissolving, dissolving into the greatness that we are nothing. And as we are in that nothingness, that dissolving, melting into the whole, we return to the source within us, to the other self that we are part of, that witnesses us, that we are dependent on, as we surrender our hearts to that which is all. Surrendering to God, to the divine. Thank you. Thank you for blessing us, giving us strength, giving us hope, giving us faith, bringing to us all that we need as we appreciate what we have, and strengthen our intention to be the best we could be, to be kind this Christmas season, this holiday season, friendly, generous, only hoping goodness to pervade the world, bringing light into the darkness of the winter. Bring in the light. Let you, as you do this meditation, let me say to God, let me be a light in the darkness. Let me share your light and bless the world this Christmas season. In that we feel peace, we feel gratitude. Thank you for the opportunity, dear God. Thank you again. Thank you again. Bring our awareness back into present time, out of the meditation. Bring our hands together, generate a little warmth. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. And we went a little overtime today. It's not too far overtime. Of your hands on your face. Move your hands across your hands. Get some warmth. And thank you all for joining me in this meditation. It's always delightful to spend this time with you. I only wish you the best during this holiday season. Remember that you are loved, you're not alone, and they have a bright future to look forward to. And it's natural and normal to have our ups and downs. And at those times when you're feeling down, if you have those times, write yourself a letter or do the feeling letter exercise that's in all my books, writing out the things that are frustrating to you, disappointing to you, what your fears are, what you feel regret about, and feel your desire, and then feel gratitude, feel happy. Just take the time to feel those things. And Karen Cole from England sends her love. And please share this. People can know that they can have these meditations at any time. It doesn't have to be simultaneous. Someone said, I attended your seminar in San Diego, gave you a ride to your hotel. You told me to listen to female motivated tapes, and it was life-changing for me. Oh, wonderful. We all need a little positive assistance in life. We depend on each other. Thank you so much for your generosity, John. Someone sharing, thank you. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. These are all nice gestures. Good afternoon from Italy. Thank you, John. This is timely for me. I was about to say, you can tell your friends if they need a meditation, a guided meditation. You can go to YouTube and just look under John Gray Radiant Mind Meditation, and it will come up. Very simple. We got, I think, 20 of them now or something, 25. Can you please mention the remarkable human beings who, in your opinion, are helping us advance our knowledge of spiritual sciences other than you? I already love the work of Adi Shanti, Jeffrey Thompson, Eileen McCusick, I know Eileen, and the people behind Uncommon Knowledge and Hypnosis Downloads. That's good little marketing, those things. That's okay. There's so many wonderful people. And the thing is you will be guided to the right people for you that inspire you. You know, I know for me with the teacher that I had for 9 years, he was a world teacher. I had no idea I would be a world teacher, but I was just naturally drawn to him and to see the good and the bad and to love that. Oh, it's like so many people become disillusioned with their teachers, but they forget that their teachers also had wonderful qualities as well. And that they help. I kind of look at my journey with Maharishi, with my teacher, and one of the greatest things I got from him was an example of how to work hard and be happy, how to meditate, dedication. Somebody who was actually a good meditator and was very dedicated to helping the world. That was real good. But I also got to see what not to do as a teacher. There's this old style guru thing where you take away people's power and you don't show the whole truth of life. You act like everything's just all positive, and it's not all positive. The world is filled with light and darkness, and we need to embrace all those aspects. I also saw people sort of giving their life to that teacher as opposed to giving their life to their family. And I'm not against that for people to have that journey in life, but I think that the majority of us on this planet we're here to get married and have children and create a world. I'm a big fan of that. I'm not saying it's for everybody, but that's the banner that I hold. Is I just know the power of marriage And yet, there's certainly other ways of living your life as long as it's coming from your heart. You're following that. You're freeing yourself of addictions. I want to mention that one of the greatest addictions that I see happening in the world is uh, um, how do I say this? It's sex without love. Love today, I'm melting in love bliss. Thank you, John. Anytime there's commitment, that's what love is. Love isn't just I love ice cream. Oh, this feels really good. This is like losing your life force. It's experiencing the joy and pleasure of helping and serving and committing and following through and doing your best in that way. Channeling that energy, not just to do something that feels good, but doing something that's in service. And because you're in service, that's what makes you feel good. It's like it follows you from behind. The happiness follows you because you're in the flow of doing what you're here to do in this world. And I just see us indulging and rationalizing that, yeah, we're free to do what we want. We want to be in charge of our lives, but we have to also look at the consequences of things that bring us up and then crash us down. And yeah, there needs to be ups and downs, but it doesn't have to be these intensities. I recently, I'm a big believer in using nicotine patches for helping all the people who suffered during the time of pandemic. The long-lasting effects of using the little nicotine patches, you can do Google searches on all that. Was so helpful in getting rid of any sort of lingering side effects of sickness. Very powerful, and research showing that it can help with dementia and Alzheimer's. And so there's other forms of taking nicotine. I tried the nicotine gum, and it was just like put me in an altered state. And then I tried the nicotine patches, and wow, just I was dizzy, and then I was like really heightened and everything. I realized I don't want to depend on that, but the nicotine patches seem to be a nice release of it and had no mind altering effect, but it certainly healed my body of toxicity. So this is nicotine patches. Do some Google searches on that for your health and protection from any viruses that might be floating around. It helps your body. It's not a cure-all for everything. When I just came back from the tour of China, 2 weeks, talking to thousands of people, signing hundreds of books. One day I signed 750 books. I mean, this was just outrageous amount of energy going out, which is really good for my soul, but exhausting to my body because much of the time I'm in a state of adrenaline. And when you're in a state of adrenaline, your immune system temporarily shuts down, which is not a big deal. It's just that when I get home and I relax, now my immune system fully kicks in and says, "Oh, all these little bacteria have been busy expanding in the body. Now we have to clean that out." So that's your immune system now turns on, switches. Oh, there's a problem. Cleans house, and that's what having a flu is or cold is. And you need to do that regularly for many people. I know I do. So I can. It was just a 1-day flu and then a cough for a few weeks and so forth. So it's normal. We have our ups and downs. It's life. We all have our challenges, and you kind of go, "Why do I have these challenges?" Because these are the lessons you're here to learn in life. So anyway, a big thing that I want to always remind everybody, particularly during the holiday season, because there's darkness, as I started out saying, is that we tend to want to fill ourselves up, okay, with something that feels good. So we have holiday drinks, we have holiday sweets, we have the carbohydrates that amplify the dopamine, serotonin in the brain, give us energy at a time when really we need to be more moderate, but we tend to go the other direction. And one of the things that can help you at this time, and it can help you all the time, really, but one of the problems is that when we're not feeling good, we want the carbohydrates to amp up our energy and feel good feelings. And so we eat desserts and treats and all that. Well, something that can help you with that is amping up the amount of protein that you eat, eating more, eating more good foods. Just you need more salads, you need more vegetables, but most importantly, you need more protein. And this is like science. If you just amp up your protein, you'll grow more muscle mass. Not that you have to be Superman or anything, but you just don't want your muscles to go down. You want your muscles to be increasing in size. And they find that if you just eat more protein in a form that your body can utilize, uh, your food cravings will go away. It's as simple as that. So I have my favorite protein. And if you would like to know how to use the protein and the best protein to buy, the protein that I buy, which is it's grass fed. It's very important that the milk is grass fed protein. It's not like cow's milk is 90% casein. We're not cows. Mother's milk is 50% casein, 50% whey protein. So thank you for the concept there. You get this nice balanced protein in this shake. So they make sure there's more whey protein to balance out the casein protein. So it's more like human milk. And it's concentrated protein from a cold processed and grass fed, which you just don't get in this world. It's hard to find. And then if you really want to get the full benefit of it, you put it in warm water. It still works, but if you put it in warm water for 45 minutes, 100 degrees, that will turn it into foam. Basically, it breaks down the protein into the amino acids, and you get 90% of the amino acids go right into your body, which is normal proteins. You're getting between 10% and 30% of the amino acids go into your body. And if you're stressed and you're craving carbohydrates, you're not even going to get that many amino acids. Your digestion doesn't work when you're pumping adrenaline and stress hormones. So anyway, so this is like a super gift to give to yourself at this time is if you want to find out more how to order it and how to do the process, and if you want to do an actual cleanse where you reset your whole body, you can also do using high amounts of protein and no carbs at all. But you're eating more. It's important. You can talk to my partner in this, which is Ellen. I'm going to call Ellen, email Ellen. She'll talk to you. She'll guide you through the process. She'll get you discounts on the product. You just go to the bottom of the page of marsvenus.com. Go to the bottom of the page and you'll see contact us. There's about a little word, contact us. And there's a form you fill out and give your email or phone number and she'll contact you. And you can get a free coaching session on how to do this and continued support if you need that extra support. It's amazing. It's a wonderful service. People are really grateful for it and thank me for it. Then there's at the top of the page at marsvenus.com is the stress buster. It's called Elemental Orotates, and you can read all about it. It's the most powerful supplement I have found. I formulated it with some doctors, researchers, and there's one for men, one for women. They're almost the same. It's just the men need more zinc orotate. And there's you've all heard me talk about it, but if you're new, go there to the top of the page, and it's not at my website, but it will take you to Amazon where you can buy the product. But also you have, I think it's 5 pages of description of what's in it and why it's beneficial and why it's helpful. And it's helpful even if you don't notice anything, but because it does regenerate brain cells, and it's been proven. But at the same time, if you have ups and downs, you'll find that they're not so extreme. Okay, we all want a few ups and downs, but we don't want the extreme ones. And you'll notice it. I mean, the more emotionally charged you get in your life, the more quickly you'll notice the benefits of it. So you've got the extra protein, you've got the extra minerals and adaptogens and herbs that all come in one product. Either go top, go bottom, do both. It's all at marsvenus.com. I'm really grateful to the people who I just recently did a 4-hour program on Coast to Coast. You can go to Coast to Coast and hear it. It's quite an amazing little class I gave. And the result of it is we had a lot of people came to marsvenus.com and they took my daughter's course, which is Understanding Men. It's one of the best courses we have there. We have one on great sex, but the one on Understanding Men is for women only, but I highly recommend men to watch it as well. If you have a wife, to do it together. But it's really helping women to understand the way men think and feel. Because if you don't understand, then you misunderstand. And all of our negative reactions in a relationship is not understanding where our partner's coming from. It's a man pulls away, and you think, oh, he doesn't love me, doesn't care. No, it has nothing to do with you. And then you start seeing the truth of things, and you start seeing what it is to help draw him out of his cave if he's pulled away. And if a woman's not happy, what does she need, and what can she do for herself? It's a real self-help program for women to find balance in their lives, so they're not overly depending on a man for everything, and they know how to balance the different stages of their hormones and so forth. And that's all at marsvenus.com. Thanks for putting that in there. So it's a pleasure to spend this time with you and share that meditation, as well as some of the things that we have that can help you in your life. I want to remind you again that you can always tell your friends, go to YouTube, Radiant Mind Meditation, John Gray, and you will get these wonderful meditations. I mean, these were things that you used to have to pay for. We had CDs of them, and people have to buy them, and you play them over. It's right there on YouTube, and it's free. So this is an amazing resource. Whenever you're feeling down or whatever, just join me in one of those meditations. And in the quantum state, it's like we're together. We're doing those together through this group. And hopefully our group can continue to expand as you share it with other people. But hopefully you have a wonderful holiday season. And I'll finish up today. I know that we're going to be having another one of our Soul Search conferences. Tangela, if she wants to come in and talk about it, we don't have the date of the one in January, but we do have one in February. And thank you, Tangela, for arranging these things for me to do this group meditation. And you're muted, so you can take yourself off of mute. There you go.
Thank you, John, for your time and generosity for doing these meditations for everyone. And I love just seeing how people join us from all over the world, from Pakistan to Italy to the UK and all over, to really connect together and share this higher vibration with the planet. So thank you for coming to join us every week, John. And also for those of you who are in the Bay Area, stay tuned. We will be having our next live Soul Search Enlightenment Expo in Burlingame, February 1st and 2nd. We have not announced January dates yet, but stay tuned for that as well. And of course, definitely continue to stay tuned with us and watch the replays. And definitely, as John mentioned, share with your friends and family, because this is such a beautiful process that John takes us through, really diving into our feelings and then helping us to release so we can go higher and higher together. So thank you, John, for, really hosting these meditations with us every week. Really amazing.
Thank you, Tangela, and thank you all, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Thanks, everyone. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Join us every Wednesday at 7 a.m. for the Radiant Mind Meditation with Dr. John Gray, the #1 trusted relationship expert, the author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. What many people don't know is that John Gray spent 9 years as a celibate monk and the personal assistant to the founder of Transcendental Meditation. During this time, he learned powerful meditation practices and techniques, which he has developed and refined for the last 50 years. He now brings us his resonance, wisdom, and energy every week on Wednesdays at 7 a.m. on the Soul Search Instagram Live, Facebook Live, and YouTube. Join us every Wednesday.